When it comes to being gaslighted, it's difficult to recognise that people are gaslighting us, as they are often common phrases that people can say with well-meaning intentions, not recognising the toxicness behind these things. When it comes to gaslighting, it is when somebody is invalidating another person's thoughts, feelings, or experience, when they are denying another person's thoughts, feelings, or experience, when they're rejecting another person's thoughts, feelings, or experience. And as we are all capable of saying these things, when people say these things to us, we can often then rationalize and justify why they've said these things to us, even though it hurts us. The difference lies between the intentions of the behaviour. Some people say these things with good, genuine intentions. Some people say these things as a reaction. They're speaking their truth. And other people say these things to manipulate your emotions, to work in their best interest. So when someone is trying to break down your boundaries, when somebody is trying to make you feel bad, when somebody is trying to make you feel guilty for who you are as a person, so you stop doing the things you enjoy and start spending more time doing what they want you to do, this can be down to they stop you going to do your hobbies, they stop you from going to see your friends, because when you arrange these things, they're going to turn around to you and say, what about me? You're so selfish, you're so awkward, you're so stubborn. I forgot, it's all about you, isn't it? And the difference here is when you've arranged to go and do a hobby that you have been doing for years and somebody accuses you of being selfish, that's because they're trying to stop you doing the things that you enjoy doing. When somebody agrees to collect their children and then fails to collect their children, and it's a regular pattern of behaviour, and you accuse them of being selfish, that's because they are being selfish. They're neglecting their children for their own personal gain. When people promise you something and then fail to deliver on a continuous basis, they're being selfish. When somebody is trying to stop you from doing the things that you enjoy doing, they're being selfish. Yet they're going to project out on you and accuse you of being the selfish one to stop you doing the things that you enjoy. The same as when it comes to being accused of being awkward. When you're not prepared to do something that goes against your values or your beliefs, instead of them respecting who you are as a person, they're going to accuse you of being the awkward one so that you question yourself. However, with a narcissistic person, they are going to fail to arrange things. Or when they arrange things, they're going to break the arrangement. They're going to fail to answer questions. They're going to put obstacles in the way. They're going to sabotage you. They're going to be awkward. So you might accuse them of being awkward. However, they're going to accuse you of being awkward first to make you feel bad. When a narcissist, because they lack the empathy to care, meaning they don't care, they don't have the empathy to show the compassion towards you and the things that you might be going through. So they're going to invalidate your feelings, they're going to invalidate your experience, they're going to accuse you of being too sensitive. Now, when you are around an insensitive person that's going to mock, humiliate, judge, criticize, blame and shame you, and then turn around and claim that they're only joking when it's not that funny, they're not joking. They are diminishing who you are as a person for their own pleasure, for their own gains. They're seeking to make you feel inferior so that they can feel superior to you. Now, something can happen to a person and you can think to yourself, oh, they're being a little bit sensitive. because that's not how you'd react in that given situation, or not how you would perceive yourself to react in that given situation. However, most people have the empathy to put themselves in that other person's shoes and think, oh, it might not be how I'd react, but it's really not good for them. So you're not going to go around accusing people of being too sensitive or true to narcissistic form because it's all about themselves. They might just turn around and say, that's nothing compared to when I. Now, when you're going through a situation, you can discuss it with somebody who's been through a similar situation to gain a two-way conversation, get ideas from each other, get theories from each other, figure out ways to work through it. A narcissist isn't going to do that. They're not looking for that two-way conversation. They're looking for that's nothing compared to when I had to go through this, because they've always suffered far worse than you. They might just tell you to calm down. Now, there is situations in life where, yes, we might need to calm down. However, when you've hit that point of anger and frustration, it's very difficult to just calm down. And someone telling you to calm down is often going to provoke a further reaction from you. It's not going to calm you. You can have a situation where something is happening to someone and you can be trying to be helpful. An outside situation is happening to someone, you're trying to be helpful by asking them to calm down and talk to you to try and help them. Narcissistic people are going to provoke you. We all have our limitations. They're going to push you past these to get that reaction from you, and then they're going to stand back and say, wow, you need to calm down, when they're the ones that provoked that within you. The same as when a narcissistic person does something and you bring it up and they say, you're overreacting a bit here. When you're not overreacting, you're reacting in the manner that's correct for you to the situation at hand. But they want you to believe that your emotional reaction is out of proportion, when it's not. It's what they've done to you that's wrong. Or when they turn around and claim it wasn't that bad. It doesn't happen very often. To make you question yourself and doubt yourself and not them. Again, people can say a child can fall over and you can turn around and say, jump up, it's not that bad. And to the child, it is that bad. So you can say it in a helpful manner, not realizing that you're invalidating somebody. And then you can have narcissistic people that do something purposefully to hurt you, directly hurt you, and then claim it wasn't that bad. So you've got that where it's an indirect instance where it's nothing to do with you, but you're trying to help the person. So you might say it's not that bad. And then you've got that where a narcissist will directly do something that affects you and then claim it's not that bad for you. One that they will use to make you feel like you don't matter. And because you know how it feels when you feel like you don't matter, when they use these against you, you feel like you're making them not matter. So you feel like you need to make it up to them, show them that you care, show them that you love them. So when a narcissist turns around and says, sorry you feel that way, you question yourself, you doubt yourself. A narcissistic person is going to try and make you feel responsible for things that you're not responsible for. So a narcissist is going to make you feel resentful. They're going to make you feel jealous. They're going to make you feel angry. They're going to make you feel hurt. They're going to make you feel let down. And once they've made you feel those things and you go and approach them to have a conversation with them so that things aren't just swept under the carpet and you can learn and grow from each other, a narcissist is going to dismiss you by just saying, sorry you feel that way. That's your problem. You need to deal with it. However, when a narcissist is trying to guilt trip you into doing something that you ordinarily wouldn't want to do, and then they're going to play the victim to the situation they've created, and you say to them, I'm sorry you feel that way, you're genuinely sorry they feel that way because you're feeling guilty. You're feeling like you should step up and change your no into a yes to serve them. You're just putting that boundary wall up and saying, I'm not going to break down who I am to serve who you are. They might just say, whatever, never mind, forget about it, or shrug the shoulders. So because you care about them, you feel bad for them and you start chasing them and say, no, it is important, it does matter, what can I do to help you? They're doing it to get you to chase after them, to give them the attention they believe they're entitled to. The same as when they say things like, if you loved me, you would, after all I've done for you. Again, when you have done so much for somebody and they've broken promise after promise after promise towards you, it is very easy and very natural to turn around and say, after all I've done for you, even though you didn't do it to get something in return. It's more shock and disbelief that you care and love about them and they can treat you in such horrific ways. It's that unbelievable that it's natural to almost question yourself by saying, after all I've done for you, and that's how you repay me. A narcissistic person is going to do very, very little for you, only if they can gain something from you, yet claim, after all I've done for you, to get you to do more and more and more for them. Or they might just turn around and say, thanks for nothing. So you feel bad. You might have gone all out to try and help with them with something, and they're just going to turn around and say, thanks for nothing, so that you feel bad. Some phrases they might use to provoke fear and anxiety within you to get you to work harder to please them is when they might turn around and say, you'll never see me again. You'll never find somebody like me. You'll never see the children again. How are you going to support yourself? Nobody's going to believe you. I'm a genuine person. You're the one causing the issues. This places that fear within you to work harder to please them. Now, you might turn around to them and say, you're never going to see me again because you've had enough. That's it. The line's been drawn. They've crossed the line too many times. You've made a choice, and as heartbreaking as it is, you're walking away, and you're walking away for good. Although with the trauma bond, you might end up going back and then repeating that sentence until you finally leave. Remember, the final discard comes from you. When they're trying to place that self-doubt and those insecurities within who you are as a person. So they might talk badly about a family member, they might talk badly about one of their friends, they might talk badly about an ex, and then at some point they're going to turn around and say, you're just like your sibling, you're just like that family member, you're just like my ex. To get you to question and doubt yourself. They are putting you down based on the words they've spoken about a third person. And then again, when you have been in a few toxic relationships, you might start to believe that the person you are now with has turned out pretty similar to who your ex was, which is a big red flag that you need to go and work on your values, your beliefs, your boundaries, who you are as a person, and the kind of people that you are around in your life. Again, to make you question yourself and doubt yourself, they might turn around and just say things like, you never take my side, you always take their side. And when you're dealing with a narcissist who's triangulating people, who's going to take the side of the other person to cause that divide and conquer at times, you might find yourself thinking, well, they never take my side. And that's because they're working against you. With a narcissist, their opinion is all that matters. Their thoughts and feelings is all that matters. They're not interested in yours. However, they are interested in getting you to feel bad for not readily agreeing to them. You're crazy, which is one a narcissist will just throw out because it's far easier just to accuse somebody of being crazy than go into details of things that they haven't even done. Or they're going to provoke you to the point where you rage out in anger, and then they're going to stand back and act all calm and say, what's wrong with you? I think you need help. You're acting a little bit unstable. You're acting a little bit crazy. When they turn around and say, that never happened, or it didn't happen like that. Now you can find, with the amount of lies that narcissistic people tell, you can find yourself saying that never happened because it didn't happen, or that never happened like that because it didn't happen like that. Narcissists will twist it to work in their favour. So when someone says to you that never happened, you can think, oh, did it not? Is that? And then they're going to accuse you of imagining things, your mind playing tricks on you. So you're going to question and doubt yourself and not them. And when all else fails with the narcissist, they might just turn around and say, I'm not talking about this with you. I told you I don't want to discuss this with you. They're going to shut down any conversations that you need to have so that nothing ever gets resolved, nothing ever gets solved, nothing ever gets sorted. It builds up that anger and frustration and resentment within you. It causes those reactions from you so that they can blame you. And then to top it off, they'll fall silent on you. So you feel like you've offended them and try to work out what you can do to make it up to them. You can't communicate with them, you can't get the answers, you can't get the closure. And this is when you have to step away, respect their silence, and give the answers to yourself. That their behaviour, their repeat pattern of behaviour, says everything about who they are as a person and nothing about who you are as a person. And to respect a narcissist's silence is what you need to do. Not only to respect them as a person, but also most narcissistic people, if you don't give chase to them, they'll still blame you, they'll still shame you, but they won't come back to you because they'll believe that you're the problem, that you're the one that needs to seek chasing them. They might turn up 5-10 years down the line and say, hey, long time no see, how's things been? To test the waters. Remain silent and leave them to it. Any gaslighting words you've heard, please add those into the comments. Any phrases you might have said with well-meaning intentions, also please add those into the comments. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.